Let the vengeance begin!
Howdy, howdy, Sudevil here, and welcome to the third match of round one of our AI tournament, a tournament where everyone picks a team, a bunch of subscribers picked a team, a faction, built some armies, and we're just letting the AIs fight each other, and sort of like watching marbles roll down a hill, but it is still fun. And we have some great names on some of these, and this is one of my favorite names for the next match. We have Jurassic Park Simulator, which is the Lizardmen, versus Gabba's Woodies and Wood Elves. So we already have our first two victors have gone into round two. Black Irons battlers from Black Iron's channel. He has a very good YouTube channel. I definitely recommend you go see it. And we have Lavra's Angren. So we have the Dwarfs making it into round two, beating the Beastmen, and Black Iron beating the Tomb Kings. We will now see the Lizardmen versus the Wood Elves. So for our Lizardmen army, we have a fairly elite core. We have two Temple Guards. I think they are on the outsides, or are they beside each other? Right there, and three Saurus Warriors with shields, and then we do have indeed the Jurassic Park Simulator. We have one Feral Bastiladon, two Feral Bastiladons, and three Feral Bastiladons. We do have a Rev Crystal, and we have Mazda Mundi on Slack, and he has the Ruination of Cities, his bound ability, Banishment, which is bound. He has Shield of the Old Ones, +8 leadership and +44% magic resistance. He has Apotheosis for heals, and Curse of the Midnight Wind, -30 armor, -26 melee attack, and Cold-Blooded, of course. And he does have Sunburst Standard of Hexawaddle, +9 melee defense, and +12% missile resistance, and he has Greater Arcane Conduit. So he also has two Skink Chiefs up in the air. I don't think they have any abilities, just Cold-Blooded, but they are obviously going to be able to pick units off from on high. For this Wood Elf army, it is the March of the Ents. We do have a Treeman. We have a Eternal Guard here for Spear Infantry, Anti-Large, Armor Piercing. We have one unit of Treekin, which do magic damage and do have pretty good physical resist. 2 units of Way Watchers, 3 units of Dryads, a unit of Eternal Guard. We do have Durthu. He also has the Lamentation of Despair, which is magic missiles, Curse of Honoraire, which is -26 melee attack, -24% speed, and 60% accuracy, Wiston's Wild Form, and Blessing of the Ancients, Wild Heart for improved recharge rate, and he does have more Dryads over here, and Sisters of the Thorn, along with another Eternal Guard and some Wild Riders. So pretty mixed army, and we will see them get together. So those Way Watchers are going to do a ton of damage early, and you can see they're just giving it to those Temple Guard. And they have Cold-Blooded on them for the heals already, and they're taking a ton of damage. But they're going to get in there, and already the Skink Chiefs are picking some targets, and it looks like they're shooting... Are they shooting Durthu? Looks like they might be. In comes the Lizardmen. We have Lord Mazamundi in the back, and the Saurus Warriors with shields are taking a bit of a beating. They have the curse on them, and this Feral Bastiladon is going to come in and beat himself up. Some Dryads. Fairly decent engagement, and looks like, well, this Feral Bastiladon knocks someone over. This Treeman is going to do some damage. We do have some Saurus Warriors with shields here, and these Way Watchers are still getting some damage down, is what it looks like. They're going to be able to head back and get some good damage in. And these Eternal Guards still haven't engaged for some reason. I'm not too sure why. We have a Feral Bastiladon right there, and we do have the Rev Crystal in there fighting, along with a Skink Chief who has landed to fight, and now they're finally engaging. And we have this Skink Chief up here who has been taking some damage, must be getting shot by the Way Watchers. And we have over here Lord Mazdamundi. Looks like he wants to get rid of those Wild Riders and get into the Eternal Guards and the Dryads. Looks like the Temple Guards are doing reasonably. This is not the best sort of engagement for them against Eternal Guards. You would like to see them against something large, but it is what it is. We do have the Dryads here fighting the Saurus Warriors. It looks like Saurus Warriors are just taking it to them, from what I can see. Yeah, they're winning that one very easily right now. And they do have the help of the Feral Bastiladon. Who's back here? Oh, we have Sisters of a Thorn back here. Looks like this Skink Chief is trying to push them off. And we do have the Dryads already routing, which is not good. They're routing from the center. Looks like Dirthu's still fairly good. The Feral Bastiladon's fighting. This Rev Crystal is getting beat down a little bit. What we have on, we have what? Saurus Warriors and Temple Guards. So these Temple Guards are dangerous to Dirthu for sure. The Eternal Guards are getting beat down. These Way Watchers have been online the entire time. The Dryads are coming back, so they're shooting at what they need to shoot at. So it looks like they're doing all right. This Feral Bastiladon and these Saurus Warriors are rampaging, so they're not going anywhere. This Tree Man, it looks like he's beaten the tar out of these guys, and this Treekin are going to leave. The Rev Crystal is going to come down here and help them out a little bit. Looks like we have Mazdamundi using some magic over here. We got Sisters of the Thorn and the Wild Riders sort of looking to get a charge off. And Mazdamundi looks, he looks fine. He's he's being poisoned, but he's doing okay, knocking these guys out. Sisters of the Thorn and these Eternal Guard. Temple Guards are still hanging on there, which is good. And over on this side of the battle, these guys are, this Feral Bastiladon is still fighting. It has been very low leadership for a long time, and he's fighting Eternal Guard, not the fight it wants. I mean, it's good for the Saurus Warriors with shields to be fighting these Eternal Guard, but not the Feral Bastiladon. And this Ancient Tree Man has not been touched. It has Whistled Wild Form on a plus 25% weapon damage. He's up at 600 weapon damage. It has plus 30 armor. Oh, I totally missed these Way Watchers getting dumpstered. Maybe it was this Bastiladon, the Rev Crystal, and the Skink Chief. But both of these guys just got absolutely crushed. They do have some armor left. It looks like they're going after this. No. Where are they shooting? Maybe these Temple Guards? Looks like the balance of power is definitely starting to shift in favor of the Lizards right now. They're definitely looking good. Dirthu is taking a beating here. He's got a Feral Bastiladon and Temple Guards right on top of him. He does have some Dryads over with him. And, yeah. I mean, these guys are, Way Watchers are fighting again. This is actually unbelievable. These guys, the Eternal Guards are now routing. But the Tree Man is still fighting the Saurus Warriors, and this Feral Bastiladon is still fighting. Okay, here we go. Skink Chief is going to come in on the Way Watchers. Looks like he wants to beat them down a little bit. Here is definitely resolving. We've got the Dryads that are getting beat. Dirthu's getting beat. Over on this side, yeah, it looks like these Wild Riders and Eternal Guards are getting beat up by Lord Mazdamundi, and the Saurus Warriors are really holding off this flank. Looks like they're just going to push everything out here. Sort of this center pocket is definitely, I would say, a victory right now for the Lizardmen, and this side is unbelievable how long this Feral Bastiladon lasts. Looks like he's going to rout now. Which way he's going to rout, I don't know. This guy's coming back. This Feral Bastiladon is finally routing. And now it's just the Saurus Warriors, and they are routing. So this Tree Man has to get into the main fight, and these Way Watchers have to get away from the Skink Chief. We've got the Dryads coming back here, Eternal Guard beating on the Feral Bastiladon. But yeah, it looks like the Lizards have won this right flank, and they're going to come back in this way, and the Wood Elves have won the left flank, and they're going to be coming back. Although these Way Watchers getting beat down has not been good, because they do tons of damage, and just as soon as they hit anything, it is just devastating. And they keep hitting these Saurus Warriors, which is really strange target. But now they're being left alone. The Skink Chief is gone. They're going to go after this other Skink Chief, and just look at how fast they... Are they going to kill him? He is definitely routed, so that Skink Chief is gone for sure. And now it is just... So these Way Watchers are back online, and they are doing damage. There's a lot of things that are rampaging here. This Tree Man looks like he's in pretty decent health. Mazdamundi is in good health, and he does have the missile resist, and they're getting rid of the Sisters of the Thorn. They need to come back into this main fight and start fighting so that they can support the troops up there. This Feral Bastiladon looks like he's coming back, and oh, here we go. Another Feral Bastiladon coming back after these Way Watchers, and I betcha he is just going to dominate them, and he is. He is already, it looks like he caused fear and terror. Yeah, he's terrified them, and looks like everyone's routing. Looks like it's going to be a mass terror rout, a mass army loss rout, and the victory for the Lizardmen. Jurassic Park Simulator wins its first game. Very nice. Tons of healing in this with the cold-blooded. This is right before the changes to cold-blooded, so it's still a heal. So the Skink Chiefs both have it. Mazdamundi has it, and Mazdamundi had Apotheosis, and the Bastiladon had the Rev Crystal. So tons and tons of healing with this army. And You know, 88 kills for Mazamundi on Zlak, 9 for the Skink Chief, 18 for the other, 35, 39, 38 for the Saurus Warriors. And Saurus Warriors are just a good all-around unit. 37 and 63 for these Temple Guards. Pretty decent. 19, 38, and 34 for the Feral Bastiladons. And these are the cheapest units. I think they're like 700. And the Saurus Warriors are 800. Oh, the Skink Chiefs might be cheap. Close. For the Wood Elves, Dirthu, 43 kills. The Eternal Guard, 1 and 13. These Dryads, 11, 5, and 14. These other Eternal Guards, Eternal Guard with shields, 6. 2 Way Watchers, they only got 25 and 10. They did put in a lot of damage. The Wild Riders, 19. Sisters of the Thorn, 8. These Treekin only got 14. That was quite a poor performance for them. And the other Tree Man, 39. All right, we will head to the second game. And we are underway, and I don't have to introduce the armies. We did that in the first match. Just a reminder that I do change which side I have, so I changed the attacker and defender just to make sure everything evens out. And we do have the Sisters of the Thorn coming in here early, Dirthu coming. These guys, the Skink Chiefs, I don't know who they're going to pick on, but I want to see who the Way Watchers focus down. That's sort of the key. So it looks like they're going after the Temple Guards again. Maybe not the best choice because they do have shields. I would like to see them go after those big targets. So the whole line is engaging very, very quickly. We do have Wild Riders on the side. It looks like they want to get, hopefully, down this slot, which looks good. So they can get some rear charges. And we do have Lord Mazdamundi and Zlak. Temple Guards and Saurus Warriors. They do not want that fight. They have to get out of there. We do have the Sisters of the Thorn over here. They're doing fine. And in on this side, these Skink Chiefs are going to try and chase away the Way Watchers right away and just push them back. Looks like this Feral Bastiladon and Lord Mazdamundi are going up against the Treekin. So this is kind of what the Treekin I think should do reasonably well. They're pretty tanky at 54 melee defense, and they should do fine. The Dryads up against the Saurus Warriors. They didn't do good last time. They're not doing great this time. The Eternal Guard up against the Temple Guard. So they're just holding right now. We do have these Treekins. For some reason, they're going back. Maybe they want to help here. But it looks like the Way Watchers are beating up on these Skink Chiefs. Yes, they definitely are. Wow, look at how much damage they do to those Skink Chiefs. Just one volley. And this one's running. I don't know if he's going to stay on the field or not. We're just going to kind of get to this angle so we can see. This Skink Chief has got low leadership. He's going to come in and charge. And I don't know. We might lose a Skink Chief. That would be very bad for the Lizardmen to lose a Skink Chief that early. And he is gone. Wow. Okay, so it looks like they're focusing in on these Temple Guards again, which would be nice to see them focus in on the big dinos, but they're not. This Feral Bastiladon is fighting one-on-one with this Tree Man. The Tree Man's going to win, but the Feral Bastiladon's got a ton of armor, and this Tree Man does not have armor piercing, so it's going to last. These Wild Riders have been beat down by the Saurus Warriors and Temple Guards, but okay, there we go. Lots of shots coming in now to these Temple Guards, and the Sisters of the Thorn are very good focus fire on the Temple Guards and Saurus Warriors, and these Wild Riders are just holding them in place. The rest of the battle, not going great here with the Dryads, but it's reasonable. This whole big mess in the center, these Treekin are going to hold forever. We've got Dirthu beating things down. The Rev Crystal is doing okay. Doesn't look like anything's losing a ton of health here. But these Saurus Warriors and these Temple Guards have taken a ton of damage from the Way Watchers, and it looks like this Skink Chief is routing. I don't know if it's going to route right off the field or not. It might recover. It looks like we've had Ruination of Cities go off here. Again, so this pocket is just gonna, I think it's gonna just keep going to the end of the battle. This pocket has been won by the Lizards, and the Saurus Warriors with shields are gonna try and chase the Sisters of the Thorn, which is really bad. Now they're gonna go and find another place. Really, these Way Watchers have to focus on something big. Like if they focused on Mazdamundi, they would do a lot of damage to him. Looks like this Skink Chief is coming back. He might try and target the Way Watchers. I don't know. Looks like we're getting some routing in the front with his Eternal Guard and Dryads. These Treekin are fighting and fighting. Okay, so here comes the Skink Chief. He's going to land. He's going to try and get in some shots against these Way Watchers. And every time they have landed in there, they've gotten beaten up. But we'll see if he can do it this time. This battle's still going here. This is just going to go till the end of the game, I think. We have a Tree Man up against Saurus Warriors and these Temple Guards. These Temple Guards have 38 models left. That'll be plenty to take care of the Tree Man for sure. No problem at all. And it looks like these Sisters of the Thorn are going to try and take out the Saurus Warriors way in the back. So really, this Tree Man, I can't win this, I don't think. This is the key. Can Dirthu beat down any one of these? If the Way Watchers just start shooting into Mazdamundi and Dirthu starts hitting Mazdamundi, these Treekin can hold out for a very long time. But what are they shooting at? They're shooting at these temple guards again. Yeah, just a very, very poor choice of targets for these Way Watchers. They could be definitely turning the tide of this battle, but they are not doing it. They're focusing on temple guards instead of these big targets. Okay, there we go. They're finally focusing in on some big targets. I don't know what they're hitting. Maybe this Rev Crystal right here. It might be Mazdamundi. It looks like it is Mazdamundi, and his health is falling, which is what it will do, right? I mean, he does have missile resistance, but he is still vulnerable for armor-piercing missiles. And they've changed their target back to here, and it looks like this part of the line is collapsing for the Wood Elves. So these guys are going to be able to come in here, and I can't see this turning well from here because we have a healthy Feral Bastiladon going after these Treekin, a healthy group of Saurus Warriors. We do have Mazdamundi going around beating up on these Way Watchers, so these Way Watchers are going to be pushed back. These Sisters of Thorn are back though, so maybe they can come in for a charge somewhere. Durthu is doing his best to beat some of these guys down. He is huge, magic damage, armor piercing, and a hits like a truck. He's only at 376 damage, so he must be poisoned. Yeah. It looks like Mazdamundi's hitting him in the back, though. He's just got too much pressure on him. The Sisters of the Thorn have tried to go in along with the Treekin to stop this right flank. But, yeah, the Treeman is gone here. These Temple Guards were able to do the job, and they will come in and do the job against Durthu. They are so good in that anti-large role. They're just so strong. And the Way Watchers, these guys are out of ammo. These guys are almost out of ammo. They're going to come in and fight. But it just looks like the Lizardmen have way too much health left right now. Like the Durthu is going to do okay for a while. Yeah, but I imagine they still have healing. They have the Feral Bastiladons, and I imagine they have the Rev Crystal somewhere still. Yeah, right there. So I don't think it doesn't look too good. The Tree Man's coming back, but we don't have a whole lot of time left, and they just don't have the units. The Wood Elves just don't have the units to make a comeback. These Saurus Warriors and Temple Guards are going to be able to do a number to do through Durthu. Okay, these Temple Guards are going over here for some reason, whatever that is. Lord Mazdamundi is just hitting Durthu in the back for free, and Durthu slowly beating down these two Feral Bastiladons. But it is very, very slow because he's not armor piercing. Or maybe he is armor. Yeah, he is armor piercing. It was a Tree Man that wasn't armor piercing. Yes, a Tree Man wasn't armor piercing. But yeah, it looks like he is wavering, and there he goes. He's routing, and that will probably set off a mass rout for the rest of the Wood Elves, and that is it. So the Jurassic Park Simulator has won its first matchup in our tournament. Lord Mazdamundi, 79 kills. He did great in both of these fights. 7 and 15 for the Skink Chiefs. The Skink Chiefs weren't a big factor in this fight. The Way Watchers did a number on them. But 96, 52, and 13 with the Saurus Warriors. 31 and 100 with the Temple Guard. Very good. And these Feral Bastiladons, surprisingly good. Surprisingly good. 13, 22, and 9. And this Rev Crystal, 61 kills and all the heals. For the Wood Elves, Durthu only got 2, and he was just beating on these big dinos non-stop. The Eternal Guard, 7 and 3. Dryads, 3, 9, and 14, and 12 for the Eternal Guard with shields. 31 and 37 for the Way Watchers, but we saw some very poor target selection from them. 19 with the Wild Riders. It looked like they were going to try and get around back in the very beginning of this fight, but then they just didn't. 88 for Sisters of the Thorn, very good, and they had a lot of health left at the end. These Treekin had tons of health left, 7. They are absolute tanks. Really, really solid units for holding everything up. And the Tree Men only got 28. So that is it for the third match of round 1. The Lizardmen with Jurassic Park Simulator go through to the second round. Hope you found it interesting and looking forward to match 4 of round 1. And I will see you soon.